Welcome to the Mental Health Show. My name is Shamika Samuels. I hope that you enjoy your lovely evening. Like I'm enjoying my lovely evening, you feel what I'm saying? And I have a birthday coming up next week, so that's a blessing right there. 34 years on this earth, that's a blessing right there. Um, sometimes we have to enjoy life and just relax and musa. I just like to do that. Before I came on the show, I just shut my eyes on the train. I'm just like this on the train, just shut my eyes and just musa. Because yesterday on the 4 train, a train was approaching 149th Street Grand Concourse, and the train lost control and went the brakes lost control, and I was stuck on the 4 train. I was stuck on the 4 train at I was waiting for the 4 train Atlantic. I was stuck at Grand Central 40. Actually, it was Grand Central. Yeah, Grand. No, I was actually stuck at Fort. Wait, it was Grand. No, yeah, Grand Central 42nd Street, and I was waiting for the 6 train. I took the 6 and I got off at 59, and I went to Rockefeller Center Plaza. They had the basketball thing there. It was a beautiful experience, and it was a blessed experience because I learned a lot from my mental health, and I learned a lot from a lot of people are struggling with that type of situation where your mission your mission on this show is my mission on this show is to express yourself in a positive way, and that's my mission. But sometimes my mission is different because my poll rating is different. So I have to check my poll rating for me to be healing my spirituality. People have to be healing their identity as well. And I know a lot of people don't realize that you're stressed out too much on your job. You stress out too much because certain things ain't going your way sometimes. Sometime when I go in the city, I just talk like something wrong with me, but I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to the people out there that understands where I'm coming from. Sometimes people don't get it because they don't understand certain things is checking your poll rating. And that's that message today is sometimes your mental health becomes a poll rating. And your poll rating, sometimes your personality deteriorates on your poll rating as well. And sometimes when you walk, if you walk in a segment of your life and you're staring at somebody's identity, your poll rating comes to a situation where you're not looking at yourself differently. You're not looking at yourself in a different level. And sometimes your level of life is that when you coming out is a coming out for your success and to come out for what it is that you're going through. And I'm planning a coming out event coming soon, and I'm gonna be I'm actually looking into a coming out event where I'm gonna propose to my girl, and yeah, it's gonna be lit. And I'm gonna have like a little marriage get together, whatever like that. And she doesn't know what I'm doing, and it's a nephew. I love you so much. Yeah, she don't know what I'm doing though because ever since when we first met, I met Neffy in July 1st. I met her right on her birthday. In 2012, I met her at a grocery store, and when I felt the prayer connection between us. And my poll rating, her poll rating, she 98%. I'm 100%. You know what I mean? You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean, right? So my poll rating is 100%. Hers is 98%. So I gotta like really think about what I'm doing before I do certain things. And I always want to give a shout out to her. She's my little pumpkin pie. So I love you so much, pumpkin pie. So yeah, she's my little pumpkin pie. So that's what it is. And I just like you just gotta you have somebody, you find some love in your life. You feel me? You gotta find some love. And a lot of people don't realize that I found love, and it's not no love that aspiring love. It's more like a prayer type of love in your life that you could think about. How you look at yourself and the different values of respect. So that's what it is. And let's get to the episode we're gonna talk about. So I'm gonna read it to you actually, so if you don't mind. So today's episode, sometimes your mental health becomes a poll rating, and somewhere between your personality and your mental health show that your competitions more than your actual self-esteem. Your rating of mental health shows that you aren't mentally stable or mentally capacitated enough to live on your own terms. Let me stop it right there. So the thing about it is, when I look at mental, I look at my personality behavior. And that's the number thing you look at, your personal behavior. I can't just get up and say I'm gonna walk off the set and say I'm gonna be I'm gonna be disrespectful to my fans. Nah. I'm gonna be able to show my fans that I could do it and I could really, think about what my pole rating is. And I say, like Wendy Williams say, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I want to big up to Wendy Williams. She was a TV host. And she. I used to love her shows. Like I used to love her show. I used to watch her show on Channel 9, and when she was on Channel, I think 5 or 9, and she used to say, how you doing? She used to do hot topics. You know what? So I'm gonna do my hot topics if you don't mind. I'm gonna do my hot topics. So my hot topic is my poll rating. You know what I'm saying? My hot topics in mental health is that when I look at my life, I look at my life in a different levels of my what we call mental health state of mind. And I could tell you, to understand your poll rate is understand your policy. A lot of companies, they have policies that people don't understand policies. So I can't just say I'm gonna get up and walk off the show and come back and think that my policy is my mental health policy. No, it's not. My policy is to believe in myself for my mission statement for me to be healed in my mental health. And next year I'm coming out, and actually this year I'm coming out with a sample of my line called Wellness in Motion. I'm actually ordering my sweatsuits for my birthday weekend. I'm actually ordering my sweatsuit for my birthday, where I'm gonna be rocking it on the show, so you guys can see my design. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you, that, no, I'm not gonna give you the tea. I'm not gonna give you the tea, but I'm gonna give you the hot topics tea. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna give you the tea, but I'm not gonna give you the hot topics tea right now. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is, when I look at my clothes, I look at my clothes in a different respectful tone. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't gonna walk off and say, all right, I'm not gonna sleep on my show and say I'm gonna fall asleep on my mental health and say, all right, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do to make it right. Nah, I'm gonna do what I do to make myself more accountable for my own actions. And that's what it is. I'm like, my question is, wherever your mental health is, like my question is, wherever your mental health is wherever your style is. You know what I'm saying? I said, how you, I'm gonna say to my people, how you doing, but I'm not gonna say how I'm doing, because I know how I'm doing is good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna live it up and say, all right, I'm gonna walk off the stage and think that I'm gonna drop the mic like this and do the nay nay, and do the dubbing and shit, and do the rock, and try to run like I'm running down a track star. And if it goes hard, I'm gonna go hard. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I feel that the whole world that we living in mental health is full of bullcrap. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna say that. Because in the hot topics right there is bullcrap, because we could go all in on live. We could go in on live and say how we live in a world that's bullcrap, because you are supporting things that you should not ever support. You know what I'm saying? But in my levels of understanding is that I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna be realistic of certain things. I don't know the facts of life. I don't know what a person going through. I don't know their situation, and I should not know my. That's not my place to know a person's situation. But I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna level up my situation and say, I'm gonna dub it out, and I'm gonna be like, see ya. I don't need to hear it. I'm gonna walk off, because that's not my place to understand what it is. But I have a right to sit and listen, though. But I don't have a right to I don't have the right to critique what you're going through, because I was in your shoes. Everybody talk about, oh, I've been broke. Yeah, I've been broke though. But let me finish. I've been broke though. But in my life though, I ain't gonna look at my life that being broke. You know what I'm saying? If you talk about, oh, my bank account was $1, let me tell you, when I was back in college, my bank account was $1.79 in my account. Let me finish. I had $1 in my account to my name. I had a Chase account, and I ended up having $1 in my account to my name. You know what I'm saying? And when I had that dollar, I said I'm gonna donate that dollar to make millions of that. You feel me? But my poll rating was my poll rating was I'm gonna make something of myself with that dollar. What I'm gonna do with that dollar though? What no no what I'm gonna do with that dollar that I'm gonna make in my account? I'm gonna take it and give it to somebody that need that dollar. Sometime, let me tell you something. The evilness that you put onto me, that dollar is gonna go right back to you. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever you do onto others, I'm gonna reverse that spell on you because you don't understand the purposition of mentality. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, I'm like, how you feeling? I'm how you feeling? But you're trapped in this gate. Let me finish. You're trapped in this jail that you should not be in that jail. You understand what I'm saying? You trapped in this guardianship that you should not be in this guardianship because people don't realize that you're trapped in something that you should not be trapped in because that person's poll rating is not the poll rating that you really want it to be. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to talk about pushing your levels out and pushing it back in because the world is like we are living in a area where your poll rate is low. You understand what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, I'm like, okay, I'm talking, but I'm not talking to you though. But I'm talking, but I'm not talking to you though. But I could feel it, but I'm not feeling you though. But you have to realize I could feel you, but I'm not really feeling you. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm feeling you, my reflection on you is I'm not gonna talk to you because my reflection on you is a negative reflection. You know what I'm saying? But my negative reflection is for me to understand what it is. You know what I'm saying? And how I'm gonna get by that. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I met nephew on July 1st, 2012, I realized her intake lifestyle was different than mine. You know what I'm saying? So if I look at my intake of my life and look at her life was much like different than mine. You feel me? I used to party, I used to drink, I used to go through this deep depression when I broke up with my ex girlfriend, and my ex girlfriend brought me into this dynamic world that I was living in though. But when I was living in that dynamic world, you think that these girls will run and take your money and run with it and say F you and go back to where you come from because they don't care about the love of you. They care about is your money. You know what I'm saying? And you look at your life, you looking at the mirror and say, when he went, and they said, oh, you making millions in your company, and you ended up broke because they leave you or somebody else because they think you're not attractive anymore. They're like, oh, I'm not attractive because my body language is not my image that you want me to be. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna walk off and see, I'm gonna dub it off and say, all right, I'm just gonna like leave it alone and not say nothing. But I'm gonna put my facts on the table for you. You feel me? In the end of the day, my question is, let me write this. I want you to write these questions down. My question is, what are two types of people that you have that have mental health challenges that should make them more likely to come? Oh Lord, I'm gonna say it one more time because I'm gonna really go deep. What are two types of people that have mental health challenges that should make them more likely to comply to their habits? And let me answer that for you. The different types of people who most likely face challenges are women and the men. The poll shows that women struggles with submission in a relationship, then the man struggles with expressing their feelings without being yelled at. And that's the truth, right? That's the truth. The poll rate is the woman have issues. The woman fights more than the man. The woman listen, if you fight in the woman swings before the man. No, be honest with you. The woman swings before the man. Because the woman have all the words to say, but the man just sit back and shut up. And that's what it is though. Because your pro rate is low in the men department, but in the women department, their poor rating is 100% because they have enough words to say. But sometimes I just shut up because I don't need the argument. You feel me? I don't need the aggravation in my life. I just shut up because I'm not gonna walk off and say, oh, my poll rate is gonna be higher above, but I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it be in my direction because people don't realize what you're going through. Oh yeah, but if the facts about it is like for real. But the facts about it is that if I look at my poll rating, it's like you're looking at a person like a piece of crap that you don't even know on the streets. You feel what I'm saying? But I could tell people it's not about the body of a woman. It's about the love of a woman. You feel me? The men don't realize the woman got body, but you ain't looking at the features of the woman's body. You're looking at the lymphedema on their leg though, and you're looking at the woman lymphedema on their leg though, but you ain't looking at the body when you first met that woman though. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest with you. When you look at the body of a woman, you're looking at the features of what you're looking at. Yes, sir. I tell my girls don't put on too much weight because I like you the way you are. You know what I'm saying? Don't put too much weight on you because I'm not going I can't hold on to I can't lift you up because I don't want to break my back. I don't want to break my bone. 'Cause I fought on the steps on Columbus Day and I injured my back and I had to relax for 2 days in my bed because at the day my poll rating like that is like if I don't want to I can't lift up a woman because if I lift her up, I'm next thing you know my back go clink and next thing you know I'm gonna punk and next thing you know I'm gonna end up in the emergency room laying in the bed and something wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? Because my mental health is let's say my mental health is about relaxing my faith though. But if last week we talked about how your faith works. But let me go back to how your faith work because your faith ain't working because you ain't going out there to work hard to get to where you at and your destination is like yo I can't put together what I'm saying. I can't put together what I'm going through because your mental health is where your peace of mind is. Sometimes you can't say, "Oh, f this and f you," because the world is full of cult because you're living in it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're living in that mental health state of mind, your poll rating is what your cult is. And whatever your cult is the number one on your mark. And if I say ding dong, the mark is like that. But my mark is what? Levelizing what my mind is. But sometimes my mind and my thoughts ain't learning how my poll rating is. But if I think about submitting myself to my truth, my truth is what my mouth can't tell it for you, but my mind could. Oh, let me say that again. My mouth can't tell you what my mind could tell you. Because if my mouth tell you certain things, my mind is not going to be able to levelize what I'm doing in order for me to get to that position in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I was stuck on the 7 train coming over here. I think the 4 train was acting up today when I was coming over here. And left the house at 5:30 as usual, and I get here by 6. Because usually if I leave here at 5 o'clock, I usually get over here by 6:15, 6:30. But sometimes things happen that we can't control. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, things happen that we cannot control. I live in Brooklyn though. I live in Brooklyn. How many of you live in Brooklyn? How many live in Long Island? How many of you live in the city? How many of you live in Harlem? And when you go to Harlem, you see, when you go to Harlem, you go on the 2 train, you end up in the Bronx. You say, oh, the trains are messed up. You know why they messed up? Because mental health people that goes on the train, they're sick. And they don't know how to get help, though. Because when you don't know how to get help, it's like, I'm sick of people trying to control my mind and tell me certain things that I don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is your feelings get hurt because when you say something to somebody, your feelings get hurt too. Because they don't care about what you're doing is how the compassion is. Because I said, let me come in the studio and lay my head and relax. And you come to the studio to relax, and lay your head. You know what I'm saying? When you're at home, you're like, I'm arguing too much. I need to just leave. I just need to leave the house and go to the studio to relax. But sometimes when you lay your head down It's like your head is like when you lay back. You're like, I'm laying back like this. I'm gonna lay back and just relax. And when I relax, I just do like this. I just do my hand like this, and I just relax, and just I just do Musa. Yeah, yeah, I do Musa. And when I do my Musa, and I just enjoy my day. But sometimes when I get up to do my Musa, people say, "Oh, your yoga is inspiring me to do yoga." I say, "Yeah, you gotta do your yoga because everybody's stressed out. Cause you gotta be stressed out for somebody to be stressed out though." And the other day, it's like when I'm stressed out, I'm like, you gotta just relax because you can't understand what the relationship is. And sometimes your relationship with a woman or your partner, it affects your stress level too. Because your pull rating is the relationship status of your pull rating. And sometimes your pull rating is like you're stressed up over some damn crap that you don't need to be in. And sometimes you say, I don't give a crap. And I get up and I'm walking off the stage. I don't give a crap. But I'm walking up because I feel like, yo, you don't give a crap. But when I sit back down though, but when I listen, when I sit back down though, you like I don't give a crap, and you walk off because you feel like you control that life because you don't care about how you feel, and you look at it as a cycle because you're not levelizing your thoughts differently than the other person is. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you getting up. I said, I don't give a crap about this shit, and you walk off. And at the end of the day, you're not understanding your pole rating is lower than what you are doing. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, let me continue this. Men break up with a woman because they're bullshit. Women who do not know what they want, but they fall back into their own trap, like they are facing a reality of the relationship. And that's a good question right there. A lot of men fall into that trap with the woman where the partner leaves and they cheat. And let me tell you, they cheat on you to get back at you to make you feel jealous. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? They leave you on the street being what they call it, being Miss Tata Tatas, and you let Tata Hoochies, and you not understand what the Tata Hoochies are because you not understand your proposition of your own pole rating. How is that? Because you with the hoochie mamas or the hoochie hoochies, but you're not able to understand what your pole rating is in your lifestyle. You feel me? I gotta go all in on this show because a lot of people like my show, and I'm because of this show, I made 1,942 subscribers on YouTube, and on TikTok, my TikTok is almost 8,026 views. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people love the way how I talk. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you why. Because y'all want to be hoochies and hoochie mamas, and y'all don't give a crap about how your pole rating is. But you brothers are full of crap because y'all running back to the hoochies that take your money and taking everything that you own, and you ain't running back. You ain't focused on your mentality of your mental health. You know what I'm saying? You're not running back. You're running back to that because you're not understanding your mentality is your mental health, and your mental state of mind is like, look. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna like do my little, do my little dance, and do my little like, do my little Michael Jackson and Thriller night. You know what I'm saying? I could do my little Michael Jackson to it though, but my poll rating is higher than what it's supposed to be. But it's not lower, but it's higher though. But if you look at my vision and you look at my lifestyle, I can't go say, all right, I'm gonna say, what's your poll rating? What's your poll rating? Okay. I'm gonna be like, what's your poll rating? Okay, 65. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the camera now. Okay, so I'm gonna be like, what is my life that was better than? Oh, I'm talking to you. Oh, what? I'm gonna be like, like What is it that I have to do to make you feel comfortable of how you feel? But if the person think that you talking to yourself, oh, what's your poll rating? Oh, I can't hear you. What? Oh. So when you talk in your headphones now, oh, what's your poll rating? All right, I'm gonna tell you why. Because I feel like they think that you're dumb and stupid in your head because you're talking to yourself. Sometimes you need to shut up and mind your business. And that's the problem right there. Because you in everybody's mouth and you don't know when to mind your business. And shut up. And that's the problem right there. Because your poll rating is much different than what it is. But you not you I don't give a crap about it. And you walk off. Why you walk off? Because your identity algorithm reflects on your personality beliefs. And let me say it one more time. Your personal identity algorithms reflects on your personal beliefs. And that's what I'm gonna say it right there, right? So your identity reflects on your personal belief. But the thing about it is like number two, what creates your relationship with your partner and how your partner feels about you seeing other people? Oh, let me say. Oh, that's a very good question. And you want me to go there? I'm gonna go there with you. I'm gonna go there. I don't think seeing other people is gonna help the relationship. I don't think so. I don't think seeing other people is gonna help you grow in a relationship. You need to focus on you for you to be good because they can't be good if you're not good. Yes, I'm saying. Let me say that one more time. They cannot be good if you're not good. Yes, I'm saying. If you're not ready to commit in another relationship because you're still toxic in that one, you should never jumped out of the toxic one to get into a new one. You should have went to therapy to work on your situation before you decided, okay, I need to leave it or focus on work on me. You gotta work on yourself before you get to what you're doing. You can't go say, I can't just say, oh, I'm gonna walk up and say, I don't give a shit about this. I'm gonna walk up. I don't care. And when I sit back down now, my relationship is different because you're not thinking what you're doing. You're not focusing on what you're saying before how you're gonna correct that tone. I can't just say, okay, I'm gonna walk off and say I don't give about this person and walk off because my poll rate is low. No, I can't. That's disrespectful to the relationship because I'm leaving something that I should have worked out first before I decide to jump into something else. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me go back. Oh yeah, this is very good. This is some very good crap. Let's go. How many you enjoying the show? How many you? Yeah, how many you? I know y'all enjoy. Oh yeah. Oh. Good. Thank you. I love you too. I love you too. I love you too. Oh yeah, I love you. I love you too. All right, let's continue. Mhm. Mhm. So let's get back. So I said it's not a good idea. It is not a good idea to see other people because you need to work on your feelings and your deliverance of your previous relationship. I feel like it's not good to go into another relationship if the man or the woman or your partner is gonna do you dirty. Oh, that's a good yeah. That's a if your man or woman your partner is gonna do you dirty. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when you come out as a heterosexual or you come out as a gay or trans or pansexual or any type of sexuality, these relationships they judge your sexuality as a dirt. As dirty because they feel like because your sexuality is wrong to that person, they feel like it's okay to judge that person's sexuality. No, it's not. Because you have to be able to respect that person's relationship. It's either if you're gay or trans or heterosexual or transgender, you have to respect these people because these people are what? These people are what? These people are what? No. Let me finish. These people are what? These people are what? These people are cultural. Cultural batterism. Because your cultural batterism is who you are as a person for you to be able to understand what it is. But I'm gonna be realistic with you. A person could do you dirty because they feel like oh the dirt is gonna come into the light. Oh yeah, the dirt is gonna come into the light because when you walk off, you're gonna look back and say, oh, I should have fixed something that I should have fixed the relationship before it got broken. I should have went on my knees and did my yoga before it got broken. I must say it one more time. I should have went on my knees and did my yoga before it was broken though. I should have did my little two-stepping before before I came out. Yes, sir. I came out as a heterosexual man because I want my family to understand where I'm coming from. Because growing up in Brooklyn, I never had much. You know what I'm saying? But I understand when I didn't have much, I watched people grow out of their comfort zone. I watched people break that wall that they were going through because I went through it. I watched my mom go through it. I watched my mom getting beat up by my dad. I watched my mom struggle when she got pregnant with me. I watched my mom do certain things that I should never did because I told my mom, why you rush out of the toxic relationship, and if you don't fix that one, why you jump into something else if you don't know that was not working out for you? You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. I said it's time to focus on Shamika before I jump into certain things. I can't just say, oh, okay, F this and F that because I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap about you because you the one who broke my heart. You the one who told me certain things that I don't need to hear. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to realize that you the one who you play a important role in my life, and you just broke me and stopped me like a piece of shit like this. You stopped me like a piece of shit because you don't know how it feels to be in that shoes. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, I'm not gonna look back on that though, because you stopping me like a piece of shit because you don't know how it is. But the thing about my parade is like this: I could be generated in one direction, or I could be positive in the next direction. I can't go say F this and I walk off. Nah, bro. Now I'm a sisters. Now I'm a brethren. I can't go say fuck you and that. No, I can't do that because at the end of the day, I cannot do what I'm gonna accomplish. Just saying, because sometimes if I say certain things out my mouth, it's gonna reflect on me on my poll rating. If I say I don't give a crash, black, whatever, I can't say those things because in my mind I'm like, listen, how do these people feel about me saying things? I'm gonna say how you do it, and I'm gonna walk off. I'm gonna do me, boo, and I'm gonna walk off. I'm gonna dub it off, and I'm gonna walk off though because I feel like my poll rating is what me. I can't just say, all right, I'm gonna go focus on me to get my blessing on. Hell no. I'ma do me, boo, and keep walking on the street. I'ma walk like Michael Jackson said. I'll get that thriller, nah. You feel what I'm saying? I'ma walk like Michael Jackson, do the little Jefferson. I'm moving on up to the east side, and that's what I'ma do. I'ma move it on up to the east side because that's what the Jeffersons did. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Jeffersons did. They moved it up to the east side. Because I understand what my vision of my vision of the mental health show. My vision is to express myself in a very positive way. I have to break that wall for me to express myself, for me to people to understand where I'm coming from as a person. But sometimes I can't let somebody speak negative over me if I can't speak negative over you. You know what I'm saying? Because the negative you speak over me, I'm gonna speak it right back on you. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me say it one more time. The negative that you speak on me, I'm going to speak that right back on you. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm going to tell you one more time. The negative that you put on me, I'm going to put that right back on you. Because you spoke negative on me, I'm going to put it right back on you. Because you're speaking to me, and if you're speaking to me, you're not speaking to me directly. I'm going to speak to you in a manner of respect. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to speak to you in disrespect because I don't know, my barrier is different. Oh, I'm a lay it down low. Nah, I'm not laying it, no. You lay with somebody, let me say, you lay with somebody that doesn't give a crap about you and walk on you like a piece of shit. But at the end of the day, your poll rate is this. You got to work on you for you to be better. And you can't work on your mental health if you are jumping into dong-de-dong and ding-da-dong. You know what I'm saying? You jumping into ding-dong and the dong-dong. And you ain't getting, what's that? What the ding-dong and the dong-dong ain't going to get to you. Because you jumping in the private parts, then working on your life as a person. Because your life as a person is like, yo, I'm gonna jump from this and that. Nah, bro, I'm a sisters. What am I jumping into if I have to fix me for me to get into my patterns? And I was talking to nephew about this. I said, babes. I said, babes. And so I said to her, I said, babes. I said, I felt like we are jumping. We moving too fast of this marriage. We're moving too fast because we're not focused on how the kids will feel. We're not focused on that. We focus on how why we rushing it too fast. I said, babes, why we rushing too fast? And you know that I went through it, and we both went through it. We both need help. Yeah, no, that's true. It's true. We both need help because we both was broke before we became what working, right? So we both was broke financially, but we had to get on. We had to get on from the bottom to work our way to the top for us to be what successful in our mental health. You feel what I'm saying? And I have a right to talk because at the day, I'm gonna say how I feel is like how I say it. But I'm like I said to nephew, I said, babes, I feel like we not getting to a position where I can't understand you, you can't understand me. But I said to her, you goofy. Because if you don't understand me and you letting your family members run your life and you don't know how to fix your own life, how you gonna be in a relationship with somebody if your family members is controlling what you're saying and they are not in a relationship with you? You know what I'm saying? And let me say, they're not in a relationship with you because they're controlling what you're saying out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not understanding what it is for us to be greater in one direction of the mentality of your mental health pole rating. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. Oh, let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Okay. So, what defines your personality and mental capacity to make decisions based upon your relationship status? And number one, I said making a decision based on your relationship status means creating boundaries that you feel confident about. Choosing to be faithful in the process creates values and trust and honesty in a relationship. Being faithful is making commitments to do the right thing that can help you grow or improve. As a believer, how do you think narrowing expectations on making commitments in the relationship? And I'm gonna answer this one right here. As a believer in your relationship, by making commitment, it is necessary to remove your friends that are blocking you from working on your mental health. As you heal from your mental health, the result is that people hurt people, but when they are wrong, let me finish. When they are wrong, let me say that one more time. When they are wrong, but when people ignore people, they narrow their emotions. But the one thing I will say is to connect with your mental health counselor that conversates with your counselor about your spiritual journey and mental health. Divine guidance will help you understand how fate can change when you remove yourself from fake friends. Oh, that's the truth. You gotta remove yourself from fake friends for you to be what? For you to be healed in your life. You gotta remove yourself from fake friends. I see a lot of celebrities get baptized. They woke up though. They woke up because they got baptized. They woke up. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't realize being baptized is a change of your mental health. Write that down. Being baptized is a change of your mental health. Yes. Being baptized, you dip yourself, they remove all the sins that you went through. You went through pornography, remove that. You went through what they call it? They went through, when you went through, what they call it? If you went through, practicing these things, it's out. But at the end of the day, I can't say this. I can't say LGBTQA because I know that a lot of people that go through that same crap, that go through that same thing, they are limonizing them in a different perspective. But at the end of the day, I ain't gonna judge somebody if they went through baptism. Let me say, a lot of people that's a part of LGBT, if you're gay, transgender, pansexual, or heterosexual, they went through baptism too. They dipped themselves in the water and they became clean. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't be dirty in a relationship. You gotta become clean. You gotta come clean in your life. It doesn't matter if you're gay, pansexual, or heterosexual, or transgender. You gotta come clean with your life. For you to be better in your mental health, you gotta come clean. You know what I'm saying? You can't be dirty. You gotta be clean in your mental health. You feel what I'm saying? I can't judge because if I judge that situation, heterosexuality is a part of LGBTQA. It's true. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna judge a person's identity, and if I feel that their identity is right, I'm gonna do what I can do to help you out in your poll rating. But if your identity is wrong, I can't help you with that. You know what I'm saying? But all I could say to you is that I wish you all the best of luck in your life. And that's all I could say because that's me. You know what I'm saying? But I love everybody. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter you're gay or straight. I have friends that's gay. No, I got friends that's gay. I have a cousin on my dad's side that's gay. I'm gonna be honest with you, yeah. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it on live because I'm gonna say it right here. I got a cousin on my dad's side that's gay. You know what I'm saying? And I said to him, "You like men?" He said, "Yeah, I like men." I said, "Oh, you like men?" But I said, "I like girls, and I'm not. I'm a heterosexual. I'm not. My gender identity is a man, though. But I like girls, though." And he said to me, "Shamika, doesn't matter where your lifestyle is." He said, "Yahweh make us for who we are." I said, "That's true, but the Yahweh don't judge." Do not to be judged and not to condemn, not to condemn though. You can't judge somebody. You can't look at somebody like a piece of shit if you don't know what their lifestyle is. You don't know because you want to get involved in everybody's nonsense and you don't know what it is that your portraying is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be real with you because your lifestyle is become a reality check for you to be able to understand what your poll rating is. And whatever your poll rating is what you are doing for you to be healed and for you to understand your proposition of what your lifestyle is. But my lifestyle is this checkmate. I'm going to say checkmate. I'm going to do it checkmate because I'm going to check you. I'm a checkmate though. I'm going to say checkmate and I'm a double down and walk up because I'm going to say checkmate. You know what I'm saying? But divide your confidence into your path to become better equals remove remotely yourself to making positive impressions equals changing your living environment to make your mental health more positive equals choosing who you date in a relationship equals when you dream big opportunities equals having a relationship with someone who serves Yahweh as usual as mental health and equals building relationships with okay but a relationship with becoming an entrepreneur that builds your success equals creating your own pathway and visions that levels you to victory equals creating a mental health lifestyle that develops a vision to be successful. And the one thing I want to say to you is I'm gonna read you the episode, and if you don't mind reading it real quick, and I'm gonna talk to you for a couple of minutes before we end the show. And we're not gonna end it right now, but we're ending it short soon. All right, all right. So introduction of sometimes your mental health becomes a poor rating. Vision of vision of collectivity responsibility of an artist. Sometimes you have to create your own poll rating system. When you start viewing your poll data, your reviews is based upon your opinion, but the hopes of your audience to view your results as you look when you're looking on your bus to arrive or the train to arrive in your destination. Your mentor creates your own memory board of expectations that determines how you grow or how you grow your confidence of your window point envelope of your confidence. Reflection on mental health. When you grow older into your age of memory levels decrease significantly, but you should receive more attention with others. I want you to understand what mental health matters to you and what your values prerogatives. When you look at the last episode of Mental Health Show, you grow more confidence about yourself than others. What does encouragement means of mental health? Encouragement means of mental health. Encouragement mental health refers a promotion practice attitude behavior that foster positive mental well-being and seeking support when facing mental health challenges. When a breakdown of what that entitles opening discussions of mental breaking the seminal amount mental illness that opens talking about shared experience, listening to others without judgment. Educate yourself and others to learn mental health conditions of their symptoms and available treatments that misconceptions. Promoting self care, importance of self activity like exercising, eating healthy, getting enough sleep, and engaging hobbies and maintain mental well-being. Being supportive of relationship, fostering strong connections with friends and families and community to create a network of support of reducing isolation. Encouraging helping seeking behavior, individuals are seeking professionals and helping from therapies, counselors, and other mental health professionals when needed. Advocate for policy changes, support policies, and in oh yeah, oh this is a good one. Oh Lord, I'm gonna be real with you on this one. Oh, I'm gonna be real with you in activity in activities that improve access of mental health care and reduces and promote mental health awareness in the workplace and schools. hmm So things like this that what do your mental health matters when you feel comfortable about yourself and how you think and how you feel. So mental health plays a critical role in shaping how you interact with your thoughts and feelings, and relatedly to comfort ourselves. And here is mental health importance of fostering of comfortable relationship of thoughts and feelings. And write these three things out: self participation and well being, emotional regulations, challenging negative self talk and thoughts, impact relationships, coping with challenges, building resilience, and finding inner peace. Um, you know, in inner peace. So the inner peace of this is, I'm gonna say, finding inner peace is by expressing difficult emotions or thoughts. Yeah, when I stretch my foot out, I'm like I'm chilling on Gun Hill Road. I stretch out my foot. I'm chilling on Gun Hill Road. I'm just doing my mental health like this. I'm like, I'm like, right, right, right. I'm just chilling on my mental health state of mind. I'm like, I'm a roll down the dice, and when my inner peace growing, then yoga is the right thing for do for me, and yoga is a part of what finding your inner peace, right? So I'm gonna find my inner peace by doing my spiritual yoga, and that's my inner peace, right? So my inner peace is doing my spiritual yoga, and that's my inner peace, and calm and leading to a calm and balance, and that's what it is. So in caring of your mental health, it's the continued journeys that enable us to develop more positive self preparations and appreciate our wealth. Effectively managing your emotions that negative challenges negative self talk what do you call it, that inner dialogue. So that inner dialogue, that by building mental health, fulfilling relationship and eliminating certain type of negativity. So eliminate means that you feel more comfortable at peace with who or with individuals, and that's what it is, right? A lot of people struggle with there's a thing OCD, and I have OCD actually, and I'm gonna be honest with you. And OCD is particular true condition that is depression. OCD means that is low self esteem and self preparation, and all these things. Depression, like some individuals with OCD experience relates to leading on to behaviors like exercise, cleaning, and washing, and feeling right and distress in turn their life. And I wash my clothes every 2 weeks, and I bathe. I take 3 showers a day. So once I leave the house and I come back home, I take another shower. I wash my hair and I take another shower. So that it means like experiencing cleaning and washing, right? So that so, what is a percentage response of what you think about what you think about men that struggle with mental health? And the overall percentage is that 26.7% of women reportedly have some type of mental illness in the past year, and compared to 20% of men, depression is in women nearly twice as likely as men diagnosed with depression reported as with major depression episodes at a higher rate. Anxiety, eating disorder, PSTD. Women with experiencing PSTD is about 10% of women that have some point of comparison of 4% of men. Substance abuse, men more frequently affected by substance abuse and emotional behavior. That nears 3 times to becoming dependent of alcohol and more reported drugs and compares to women. Suicidal. And the important important notes is that when you look at the statistics of this, it represents the general trends of reflection of experience of an individual of mental oh yes, it's the comply that could be influenced a while biologically, socially, and environment factors. Sociology experience of gender roles that influence that how men and women experience and seek help for mental health issues. There are evidence of gender bias in the dialogues of treatment and mental health disorders where symptoms in men may be overlooked and mistreated and impacted diagnosis rates. And the act is when you look back over TV shows, singers and magazines of mental health encouraging thinking of you thinking or so input things determined of finding better ways to spend time. And this is the list of things I want to do real quick. So lock your I said with correct and culture. Sorry, lock your private parts, men reproductive organs receive more energy, male and female sex, leveraging of your access, encourage your message, equals receiving your confirmation. Sex in male and female deteriorates into infidelity and each other with each other, meaning that toxic relationship affects their sexual orientation. Create your own culture, equal leveraging your knowledge, diversity, your patterns and principles. Schedule your appointment to talk. Create values that requires leveling and equal opportunities that regular basis and dependent on your thoughts, words, phrase, and puberty and value puberty. Oh yeah. hmm So let's talk. And I like to talk real quick. Let's talk. Let's talk about this because I wanna talk about this real quick. So let's talk about this. Like say let's be visionary. Let's be visionary, right? So your body language affects your mental health, right? So if I walk up the stage, I say F this, I walk up the stage, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna walk up the stage though, but I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna be like Miss, I'm not gonna be like the goofy person that walk up the stage and double up in the dancer and walk it off. No, I'm gonna be somebody that have my pro rating, and my pro rating is this. I'm like, I'm gonna double it out for me to be successful in my mental health. But sometimes you can't make fun of somebody and walk off and say, I don't give a crap about this. And then you start walking off the stage like something wrong with you. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you? Why you walking off the stage? Why you gonna be so bougie? Uh-huh. Why you gonna be so bougie? Why you walk off the stage like you being bougie? Because you're not taking accountability for your relationship that you left. You know what I'm saying? You left the relationship for you to pursue something else that you left behind because you did not go back to work out what your relationship is and what your status is, and you left that behind for you to pursue whatever you want to pursue, for you don't work out whatever your issue is for you to get back at what your situation is. But you're leaving the negative vibe, but you're not going to the positive vibe, and you're leaving the negative toxic that you left because you're not fixing whatever the relationship is. But you could decide to be friends with somebody, and you say as a relationship, I'll say to my ex girlfriend, I told her this because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell her this. I said, baby love, I'm like, baby, I can't deal with your bullshit. You know what I'm saying? No, let me be honest with you. I said, baby, I can't deal with your bullshit no more. I said, I'm gonna walk her. I'm done with you, baby. Oh, get off, get off. You said she keep grabbing you off. It's like she keep grabbing you. I'm not, nah, stop grabbing me, baby. Why you grabbing me for? Like, real talk. I said, why you grabbing me for? Like, you left this to go with somebody else. Why you grabbing me for? Why you gotta be so bougie? I said, why you gotta be so bougie, babes? I was like, what you grabbing me for? You not putting in the work for you to be in this relationship. You not putting in the work for you to view your pro rating. You're not putting in the work. You just wanna be sitting there and you just wanna stare at the window and cry like, ooh, you don't make love to me no more. Oh, wow. Baby, please, I love you so much. Oh, cut the crap. Cut the crap and put a sock in it. Put the crap. Cause you didn't put in the work for us, but you want to cheat on me to go with somebody else. How does it feel for you to be in? You want to be manipulated, and you feel like, okay, you said, oh, why you gotta be biased? I ain't biased. You biased because you trying to be biased than me. Yes, what I'm saying. But you not putting the work for me to be successful in my poll rating. But how am I gonna be successful in my parade if you not putting in the work for me to be successful though? How does it feel? How does it feel for you to be open minded in your life? How does it feel? Because you're not putting in the work in your lifestyle. Now you ain't putting. Y'all stop bugging out. Stop playing with me because you're playing with my emotions. Why you playing with me, babe? Why you stop playing? Stop playing with my emotions, girl. Stop playing with my emotions. Because you playing with me like you playing with somebody else. Stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not that type of person that would be playing for. You know what I'm saying? But you're not letting me talk. You just like shutting me up. And you want to fight me and hit me on the street. If you hit me, you break it up. If you hit me on the street, you're going to hit me in my house. And if I hit you, I'm going to tell you to get the hell out. I'm going to say, get the F up my trap house. And I'm going to kick your ass out. Because if I kick your ass out, you got to stay out for me to be in my poll rating, for me to understand my principality of my own life. But my life is about fixing me. But you ain't fixing me. You can't fix me though. Like, if you fixing me, I'm like, oh man, I know I'm an expert. Girls, cause I done that. I've been in relationships back in high school. I started dating girls in high school. I had a crush on a girl when I was in elementary school, and I said, like the crush was good crush, bro. Like real talk. And when I had a crush on this girl, I'm like, yo, I said, I was gonna ask her out and just get her number and shit like that. I was gonna ask her out. But the girl was like, why you wanna ask me out? I'm like, baby, I like you. I said, I like your body, I like your style, girl. You know, can I just get your number for me to call you and let me express how I feel towards you, baby, like for real. She's like, nah, I'm not interested. I said, all right, I'm going to dub it out and I keep moving. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm going to dub it out and keep moving. I'm like, I'm going to dub it out and I'm going to keep moving on my life. Because she wasn't interested, I'm going to keep moving. So when I kept moving, though, I kept moving on for me to build up my lifestyle in a different value. I'm going to keep moving on because these girls, they just full of crap. They're full of it because they want to make you feel like you're the guilty party. Are you the guilt party? Oh, I'm gonna be the guilt. Oh, I don't care. I'm gonna walk off. You walking off because you're not taking accountability for your relationship because you want to walk off. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing that though. You're not understanding the proposition of why you feel that type of pattern though. Because you like, oh, I'm gonna work it out, but I ain't working out though. Why I gotta be so bougie and you the bougie one? I said, why I gotta be that person if you the bougie one? You the person that walked out on me because you didn't want to be with me because of my lifestyle. But why you was in a relationship with me and my poll rating is not like that. But you want to be able to understand my proposition and how I felt. But how did I feel if you walked out on me and you feel that this is what it is for you? But my point is, why are you trying to act bougie and why are you trying to be in my shoes if you don't understand what it is for you to feel the positive principles of your life? because you are the type of person that doesn't give a crap about you, and you want to listen to people, you want to listen to your friends that put you in that position. Your friends are gonna put you in a relationship that you don't want to be involved in, and your friends are the negative friends that tell you certain things that you don't want to listen to, and your friends lead you to drinking and smoking weed because you want to be in that poor rating of your friends, and your friends is not the example for your relationship. You need to leave those friends alone and work on your mental health in a different state of mind and your poor rating for you to be better off with yourself. And that's what we need to work on today. This is for the mental health show. And next week on the 27th, we're going to talk about reflection of your mental health. And we're going to be back here on the 27th. So let's get that straightened out. So I'm your host, Shamika Sands, and thank you for watching the mental health show. And I'm out. Mic drop.